to the sky still. Cause honestly, for the same people, life can be so real. I'm amazed by all your strength, I am. And I'm grateful you come through, yeah. So I take this time to stop a moment and show my gratitude. New York City, New York City, New York City, it's so high. New York City,
Boom. New York City, we back. We're back again. The first time we came to New York last year, that was like the first Grace Tour video, but now we've been blessed with another chance to come back and do work in New York and New Jersey.
Just got off the plane and landed in New Jersey. I'm ready to hit the streets of New York. I'm so excited to be here. It's just amazing. I mean, it's New York. Come on, the Big Apple.
This trip's gonna be a little different because when we first came, we were at a bunch of churches, but now we at a bunch of schools and churches. And so we're expecting God to do an amazing work. And it's a little different because, you know, it's the East Coast. The hustle and bustle of traffic of New York City is different, but we built for it and we're here to serve. And speaking of service, you know, it's different coming back now. It's kind of an emotional time for the city and for our country because it's 9/11. And we'll never forget, you know, the heroes that stepped up to battle when our country was attacked. And so we're about to speak life to these kids and let them know that there's a hero inside of them.
In your estimation, what type of plane is either?
Oh my word! Oh my word!
Today is September 11th, and today we're gonna get out here and impact these kids, man. I'm trying to parallel my message of motivation with the tragedy that happened all those years ago, to let them know that they can have restoration like New York City, to let them know that they can too have a message of hope, inspiration, and they can recover from whatever has happened in their life. And nothing's impossible, man, especially with God.
Jeremy talked about some heroes that chose to run into the building during 9/11, and some people were running away. Those people, select few, a very small few, they made a choice that went against what was happening. In fact, they didn't let fear overtake them so that they ran the other way, but they said, you know what, somebody in there needs my help. I see your teachers and faculty that choose, they are running in when people should be running out. Jeremy said it. They could have become doctors. They could have, you know, have a Wall Street job. They could be making way more money, but they chose to run in.
Some of y'all need to be starting to think now like what you're gonna be in the future. That's why Jillian said, where the doctors at? Where the lawyers at? Where the engineers at? A few hands went up, but she said, where the ball players at? Guess what everybody did? They put their hands up. Ball player right here. You ain't gonna, listen to me. Listen to me, listen to me. I ain't trying to shoot nobody's dreams down. I'm just telling you, you got a brain. It's more than just being a ball player. I'm tired of going to schools where most of the African-American males figure, I'm gonna be a football player or a ball player. Man, you can own stuff. That's why we come here. That's why we come here and we share our success stories. We ain't bragging. I don't need to brag to you. I'm letting you know that he could take something ugly and turn around to something real beautiful. There's something very tragic. As long as I made up in my mind, I don't have to be defined by that. I can be whatever I want to be. That's what happened. And so what I don't want you to think is that because your life ain't perfect, or because you might not have grew up with a silver spoon, or because you got some issues within your household, you gonna just be any type of way. No. We are expecting y'all to be phenomenal. We're expecting y'all to be great. We're expecting y'all to go to a whole nother level. The name of our nonprofit that funds the Grace Tour is Next Level Living. And what we try to do is help people all over the globe to think on that next level. But in order for you to think on that next level, you have to dismiss your past.
In addition to the message being inspirational, it was also very informative. Students looked like they were latching on to every word that was being said to them. I am sure that they are going to take Mr. Anderson and his team's message with them as they go throughout this 2015-2016 school year, and also as they go out into the world. Again, the message and the team, along with Mr. Anderson, was absolutely outstanding and phenomenal.
in this area here where these kids got a low self-worth, low self-esteem, they don't really sure where their parents are, and they cutting and depression and bullying. We fighting that. That's why we come to schools. We motivating them, making sure that they get the education, they value their teachers, they recognize the sacrifice that their teachers make. Like, that's why we do what we do. That's why we speak with this passion we have. This is what the Grace Tour is, live in full effect.
What we encourage you to do is just commit yourself to what it is you really, really want. I don't see any average people in here. And greatness is a state of mind. It's a mindset. It's a state of being. At this very moment, I am practicing excellence. I am practicing greatness. I am practicing success. Because when it comes, I'll be ready. You only need one moment to change your whole life. But it takes a whole lifetime to build up to that moment. What are you doing with your life? Will you be prepared? Or will things just kind of fade out for you and you'll be one of those woulda, coulda, shouldas, be talking about it while you're bagging groceries like, man, I sure could have had a life. And there's nothing wrong with bagging groceries because that's a part of a plan, even though people still have a chance. But it's will you decide to commit yourself to the process? Will you really grind for it? Do you really, really, really want it? I'll die for this. Will you die for what your purpose is?
This book I like to read, man, it's really changed my life. One of the quotes inside the book, it says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Some of y'all read that book. Listen to me, man. When you start renewing your mind, everything inside your life is gonna change, all right? So this like the Eagle Initiative, right? Y'all know what's so amazing? They ain't say this the Peacock Initiative. Yes, yes. Listen to me, they didn't say it's the Red Robin Initiative. They said it's the Eagle Initiative. Yes. The eagle is one of the most powerful, most amazing birds. The eagle can fly above the storm. The eagle can do some amazing things. Like, the eagle ain't no joke. Yes. You don't see eagles flying in packs. They're not followers, they're leaders. Yes. But y'all, a lot of y'all, for whatever reason, you at the school of the eagles, but you acting like a pigeon. You acting like a little dove. You all delicate. You ain't got no grind inside your life. What we telling you now is you got to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, because that's what eagles do. Yes. Can I educate you real quick? Yes. Eagles, they got to renew their feathers because sometimes the winds are so heavy up high. Sometimes the friction that they go through when they flying, it's like their feathers are going through it. And after 20, 30, 40 years, their feathers start struggling. So you know what they start doing? They start renewing their feathers. They start plucking out feathers periodically, and then new feathers replenish. Because the book I read, it says, I give it and I take it away. So there's some things you might need to take away, but believe you're going to be replenished. There's some new stuff that's going to come.
Wow. The Grace Tour just came through to my young people at the Eagle Initiative, and I got to tell you, that was a powerful message. It was moving not only to the students, but also to the staff. This is a tremendous presentation. It was beyond powerful in that auditorium.
We made it to the first part of the day. We were able to go to the high school and pour into the kids there. And then tomorrow, it's the last part of the tour. We're able to go to Ephesus. I'm looking forward to what God's gonna do. Allergies is flaring up. It's dirty in New York. It's pollution. What in the world? Got your girl allergies just on the sniffle ministry. Man. But we're gonna push past it. We're gonna continue to pour into the people. We're here for a reason. It's amazing to even be here. So bringing the message of hope. We're gonna pass out some grace bags in the meantime, and we see y'all in church. You just picking stuff up. You do not need those. Reverse and put them back.
I'm so sorry, I did not know. I thought I was trying to protect my marriage, Mom. You see that, right?
Something like
Mom, say hi to everyone. Hey, Mama.
Hey, it's Jeremy, your favorite.
It's still your favorite. Mom, so listen, Jeremy and Brian didn't follow you back because
so
you didn't look like a mom. They didn't think you were a mom.
went outside, me and Brian grabbed some stuff out the van, and I'm seeing people from all walks of life pass by this church, and they ain't think twice about this church. That, my friends, is a problem. Listen to me, that's a problem. God didn't call us to that. Listen to me, God didn't call us to that. God called us to move past ourselves. God called us to sacrifice. I know, because me and my whole team walked away from great jobs to travel the country for a fraction of that and been struggling all year, but that's what God has called us to. And because we answering the call with the thorn in our sides, God is working some miracles. Listen to me, family. It ain't easy doing what we do, but when you got the Holy Ghost on your side, can't nobody stop you. But that's let me say that one more time. Y'all, listen to me. Don't make me walk and come down here. When you got the Holy Ghost on your side, can't nobody stop you. That's the problem. You letting the enemy come with that message, but you believe in that foolishness. The enemy is just saying, if I can just keep them not believing the promises of God, if I can just keep them frustrated, if I can keep them angry at God, I got them. And God is like, oh, if my children will only read my word, if my children would only fast and pray, if my children would only count it all joy, they'd be all right. Because they would allow me to come in and be their God. But the problem is we want to act like we got it going on, as opposed to walking with the limp. God didn't call you to that. God is like, walk with the limp. Let the people know you're going through a struggle. And that's what Paul did. Paul said, I'm going to boast all the more gladly at my infirmities, at the thorn in my side. He said, that's what I'm going to boast about. I'm going to talk about my issues. I'm going to talk about my struggles. I'm going to talk about how it ain't easy to do what we do. Paul said, I'm going to talk about it, and God will be glorified. That's another level of living right there, y'all. So I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know what you're struggling with. I don't know like what you fighting with. I don't know what that thorn is in your side. I don't know what it is, but listen to me. Trust me, God's got you.
I thought that God forgot about his promise to me in that room. God, I thought you said you was gonna provide for me, and now I'm living in my car. You know, after prayer meeting on Wednesdays, I used to act like I was leaving, and then everybody would leave the church, and I would pull back up to the church and have to sleep there because they had lights there. One time I slept and, just fell asleep in the parking lot, and somebody knocking on my door. Scared, y'all. But God promised me. He promised me. Why I'm going through this? Well, let me say, I was led to a verse. I asked God to encourage me. I'm trying to hold on. People that know God, you try to be spiritually strong and tough in the Lord. So I try to open up my Bible and I asked God to give me something encouraging, and he led me to a verse that was very strange, and I just knew something was wrong. He sent me to Genesis 1 verse 2. It says, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the spirit of the water moved. What kind of encouraging verse is that? I was looking for they that wait upon the Lord, something like that, something strong, Oh no, the verse he sent me to was, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness over the face of the deep, and the spirit of the Lord moved. Now I didn't understand that then, but I understood it by and by. Sometimes in life it's going to be dark. What God promised me back in the abortion clinic is that he was going to make me anew. And when God makes a new creature, guess what? He's got to go to the beginning. He's got to get his hands dirty all over. What happened when he created this earth? It was what? Dark. My dark times were going to be spent in the car just for a little bit. And it was because God was making me over.
We hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the Grace Tour, and we hope that you'll consider partnering with us. You see, the Grace Tour is traveling across the world, sharing the gospel and grace of Jesus Christ. And it's not easy, but it's possible because of the generosity of supporters like you. So if the Spirit leads, we ask that you'll go to the website below, jeremyanderson.org, and click on Partners and become a Grace Partner. People are meeting Jesus, lives are being changed, strongholds are being broken, and you now have a chance to be a part of that. Secondly, you can support us by sharing this video. because we believe it's time to make the gospel and grace of Jesus go viral. God bless you, and we hope to see you real soon.